going to lean on this beautiful basket of yarn. Hello everyone! Welcome back, or welcome to the second episode of the Knitting Teacher podcast. My name is Sarah, and as you can tell by my name, I am a teacher who loves to knit. And today I'm going to be talking about some of my finished objects, which I'm wearing one of, and a bit about my progress in my works in progress and a bit about projects that I would love to be casting on during the next couple of weeks. Welcome. So let's start with talking about my finished objects. I am obviously wearing the sweater I talked a bit about on the last episode. If you haven't seen that one, this is my Hanstholmer sweater. The pattern is by Petite Knit. I'm gonna show you a bit of a close-up. So this sweater was first intended to be for my husband. This is a pattern for a male sweater. Has double knit ribbing, raglan increases, and a bit of a boxy fit for my liking, but it was way too big on him around the chest area, and it ended up being a sweater for me. This sweater is made in Cardigan in the color, I don't remember. I'm gonna write the color on the screen. This is this tweed color of the Cardigan. It's not the Petite Knit color. This is the regular colorway. So this one is the creamy version with the black and brown specks. It is pretty nice. It's a bit beige, but this one was beige for my liking, I would like to add. But this one was one part of 3 sweaters that I wanted to make as a matching set for me and my family, and this is the first sweater to be finished. This one took about 11 skeins to finish, so the length of the sleeves is quite average, I would say. The length of the sweater is quite average, but I counted, I was expecting to have a little bit more yarn left when I finished this sweater. So what I have now is 7 skeins left to finish another adult sweater and a 3-year-old side sweater. So I know I have miscalculated the amount of yarn I need to make 3 adult sweaters, and that's fine. I'm going to blame it on myself for ordering yarn at evening, and also on me not having to had worked on Cardigan previously. I didn't realize the thickness of Cardigan or the length of the yarn. I could have read on the labels or on the product information online, but I didn't do that, and that's okay. This is not a special edition color or anything. I'm just gonna order a couple of more when I feel that I want to or have time to complete this set. This is quite a warm sweater. It is a bit on the itchy side. This Cardigan is Norwegian wool, so it's not baby soft or creamy soft like the merino. So this is going to be a very nice winter sweater, but I don't think I will be able to finish 2 more sweaters before winter is hopefully past, and the rest of the project will have to wait until fall, where I am once again in the mood to work on very thick yarns. So this is what I'm wearing, and this is the first finished object for today. I did have the ambition to finish this sweater before the end of last year, before 2024, and I managed I managed to weave in the last end on the sweater 9 minutes before the strike of midnight on New Year's Eve, and that was super fantastic. I really didn't want to work on this for another year. I casted on the sweater on, I think, on during the winter of 2023. So, and this was the third attempt to make a sweater for my husband, and it wasn't a very successful attempt. But it's fine, it's okay. I have a new sweater for myself and I love it. So the next finished object I have is actually something for my husband. He loves when I knit him hats, and he wears hats, all the knit hats I make him all the time, and he is super knit worthy, so I do love to make him at least a hat each winter. And this is the one I made him. I think I finished this 1 or 2 weeks ago. This is the Oslo hat pattern by Petite Knits. So it's made in double Sunday. The color is white. I do have a skein of the yarn here. The color is 1001, so white. And this yarn is so soft. I do have experience on working on a double Sunday before. I would say it feels like knitting with butter. It's so smooth and so soft and so beautiful, but the only downside is, and I think you have noticed, it does peel quite a bit. And let's see here, I'm gonna show you. So this, after a couple of days of wear, it has a lot of peeling, and I have been plucking on it because this is a white hat and it does show a bit. That's not really nice. He did snag it off my hands before I got the chance to wash it or block it, and I will try to give it a wash maybe this evening, just to make the edge a little bit more, a little bit straighter, and put it a little bit more in place. If you're not familiar with the Oslo hat, it's quite a nice, smooth, let's say a smooth project. It doesn't really require that much attention. You can work on it when you do something else, like watch TV or listening to a podcast. You do have a double knit border that you knit together, so you do have this solid fold, and then you fold it once more. So it is 3 layer around the ears, and it is, I'm not gonna attempt to wear it because I don't want to ruffle up my hair, but it is quite a nice simple pattern, and I love it. I have already casted on another one for my daughter. I'm gonna show you. She also wanted to have a white one to match Dad, and I have come a bit on the way. I think I'm gonna work a couple more rows before I join the round with the knit round with the cast on round to do the fold. Quite a nice pattern to work on, a very nice hat to wear. He loves it. I think I'm gonna be using this as my main hat pattern in the future. I have used quite a lot. He doesn't complain, but I do notice when he doesn't like a hat that much, he usually wears it a couple of times when I do make it, and then it gets put in the hat drawer and doesn't see daylights, daylight once again. So I do want to know what he likes, and this is obviously a hat that he likes, and this is a hat that I think is quite nice. It has a lot of different sizes, so I'm going to be using this to make a hat for my daughter, but also a hat for myself, and yeah, a couple more hats in the future. And since we talked about my daughter's hat, we got a little bit into, I have a lot of yarn to show in a couple of minutes, we got a little bit into works in progress. On the last episode I had my recently cast on, let's say, Christmas Eve cast on. It was recently cast on and I was so excited about it because it's just such a lovely project. This super beautiful bottle green color is my Fern Sweater. So on the last podcast I was somewhere around here. So this is the turtleneck collar, beautiful turtleneck collar, and this is the super pretty fern sweater. Fern sweater, beautiful fern sweater. This is the beautiful fern pattern that you do to give this really nice texture. I have come to the sleeve part. I've split the body and the sleeves, and I have finished one sleeve. Look at this. Oh, look at this gorgeous sleeve, beautiful. And I am on the second sleeve. This is a Knitting for Olive pattern, and it's made with the Knitting for Olive yarn in the color bottle green, the merino wool, and the silk mohair. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. This is more my color when it comes to everything. When it comes to something I've knit or something I bought, I usually go for darker colors, greens and blues, and this is just beautiful. I think if I did have like a color analysis in the future or ever, I think I would be a winter palette, and this is just a beautiful winter palette color. I love it. The only downside with this is I'm not really a mohair type of person, and this mohair is supposed to be in the same color, but it has a slight yellowy touch in the color. So you can see that the mohair is a bit yellow compared to the merino, and this yellow is a bit visible in the sweater. Not bit, quite a lot actually. It does bother me, but I'm going to see it as a lesson, and in the future I'm going to either ignore the mohair and try to work on this. I really want to do this sweater again, so in the future I'm going to ignore the mohair altogether, and then I'll try to see if I can get the gauge with either 2 strands of fingering or maybe a strand of a thicker yarn to see to get the gauge, the correct gauge for the sweater, because I really like the fit, and I don't want to fiddle with that and work with thicker yarn or thinner yarn. So I'm going to try to make it as similar as this one as possible, but maybe in a light color, maybe a pink, not a light but a lighter color, maybe a pink or a purple, or a lighter green, like pistachio green or something like that. It's so beautiful. So this has been a bit parked because it's the I did want to have as smooth of a tension as possible, and I hurt my wrist last week, so I have had to put this on hold for a week now, and I had 3 days where I didn't knit at all, and a couple of days where I knit on the hat and on another project that wasn't really as crucial as the green sweater. So that was my Fern sweater. I love it, it's beautiful. I do hope to be able to wear it when it's a little bit more nicer weather-wise, and beautiful pattern altogether. I love it. I'm definitely going to make a couple more ferns in the future. So, talking about being able to wear something soon when it's beautiful and warm. It's snowing outside, so it is a bit funny that I'm talking about spring, but it's okay. So when I have been taking a break from my fern, I found this beautiful work of art. This improvised spring sweater, all in mohair. This is made, by far I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9 different colors of mohair. I have one more color for the collar, and I'm working on the back rib. I am making a split hem because I want to have this flowy, beautiful feel. This is one of my million works in progress. This is was casted on last spring. It was quite of a spur of the moment. I went to my local yarn store, and they had these beautiful tin silk mohair from Sunness. I'm just gonna work a couple of just gonna place the sorry, I had a couple of loose runaways here. So this was made, this is made from tin silk mohair from Sunness. I went to my local yarn store and they had so many beautiful colors, and I was looking for nothing in particular, but I really wanted to do a sweater with different colors, but I didn't know how much to get from each one of them, and I didn't want to have to buy 3 balls, 3 skeins of each one, and having a sweater cost me a fortune and not knit anything at all. So I got a couple of a couple of colors, and I started working on it, and I realized this is not going to be enough for a sweater because I'm working on a double strand. One strand was way too loose and way too see-through. So I got a couple of more colors, and it became this beautiful rainbow sweater. This is not a particular pattern. I just cast it on a couple of stitches, and then I cast it on the back and then the front, and worked raglan increases, and it is a bit of a flowy sweater. It is itchy because of the mohair. I have realized that lately. It's these beautiful colors. I have a bit of a beige, a bit of a white left over. I'm going to work the collar on, and the only color I bought 2 skeins of this beautiful purple. I'm going to be using this as the color I'm going to finish the cuffs with, and the hem of the body. The arms, or the sleeves are obviously a lot longer than the body, so you do have to have a little bit more color if you do sleeves, if you do boxy stripes. The only reason I didn't finish this sweater the first time around is because since I got one skein of each color, I wanted to have it evenly proportionated, so I didn't want to have to use the color again, so I didn't want to do 2 stripes, 2 stripes, 2 stripes. I wanted to have really nice, beautiful, big blocks of the stripes, and it worked quite okay until I got to this beautiful dark pink color. So when you do divide for the sleeves, you have to, if you're working on the stripes and you have a budget of yarn, you want to have enough yarn to finish the sleeves in the same body. So I didn't really know how big of a section I could work the body on, so I could have enough sleeves to work, enough yarn to finish the 2 sleeves without having so much yarn left over, because the main purpose of this is to have a beautiful sweater and make something that you can use your leftovers for. I don't know if I have figured it out yet. I did work on this until I had 11 grams left, because I worked out that the body is 1.6 times bigger than one sleeve, and then you have 2 sleeves. It was a lot of math, but I think this will work out quite okay. I do not intend to get more yarn to finish this. I'm just gonna work with what I have. So my last work in progress is this beautiful pink cardigan. It's a pattern by Petite Knit, April Cardigan. I'm making this in pink as well. It's made with alpaca and it's made with drops alpaca and kid silk. This alpaca is the color 3140 and the kid silk is number 3. Beautiful color combination. I love it. I have had this on my needles for quite a while. I casted it on a couple of months, a couple of weeks I think, before the stripe sweater, and I've been working on this quite a lot after New Year's, and I came into a bit of a hump, let's say, because I had a bit of a problem with tension when I wanted to finish it. I didn't have that much left when I stopped working on it. I think it was a bit too warm to work with very thick yarn, and I started sewing instead, so I put it on hold. And then when I came back, I wanted to finish it, so I didn't really remember what size of needles I used. I guessed it was 4mm, and it was way too small. So has this buckly really weird texture. I really hope that it would even out with blocking, so I started working on the double knit ribbing band. I came quite a bit. I have already frogged this, so I came up to here, and this was super uneven. I filmed this, but the film was a bit too dark. I didn't have enough lighting in here, and it was in the middle of January, so it wasn't really optimal. So I started to rip it out, and I have a bit of a back and forth with this. I really want to finish it, but I don't really know how. I don't want to redo the ribbing because I think it's really nice and super even. I love how my Italian bind off turned out. It is quite a long bit to do Italian bind off, and it's not something I want to redo. It's also super hard to rip out Italian bind off, so I will have to cut this bit out and trying to find an end. So either I'll rip this super beautiful double knit band out and cut the Italian bind off out, and then rip everything until somewhere about here, and then redo this whole piece, which is not that long, but then redo the bind off and then pick up. Or I'll have to do some sweater cardigan surgery, which is not something, neither of these options is something I really want to do. I haven't done sweater surgery on something this wide. It's quite a wide part because it is the bottom of the cardigan. I really want it to be something I really want it to be something I can wear soon because it's such a beautiful color. It's not really my color, but I do love it. I think it's very it is my color, but it's not really a color that fits my palette, but I really don't care. I love it either way. I do hope that I can make a decision soon. I didn't want to do a lot before I filmed it because this is sort of documenting things for myself. So 4.5mm to make myself remember in the future. So I need to work this on 4.5mm and then do the ribbing on 4mm instead of 3.5. And then the double knit was a lot more easier. The double knit band was a lot more easier than I thought. But I think I was working on way too small of a needle. I read that you do this on a size, so you do the sweater or a cardigan on a size, and then you do the ribbing part on half a size. So for example, I thought this was the main cardigan was knit on 4mm, then that would mean the ribbing part would be knit on 3.5, and that would make the button band knit on 3 to make a nice looking cardigan. But that works out at the part what I did use the 4mm. When you came to the part what I actually used the 4.5, it got way too compact, and then you do have this loosey cardigan part. It was a mess. So I'm going to do something about this. I don't know what yet. I'm going to do something quite soon. Hopefully tomorrow. So I think you have seen this basket sitting here for a while. So this is, I have been redoing my craft room a bit, and this is something to get me motivated or keep me motivated. So this is the yarns or the projects I have been working on. Two of I want to work on in the near future. So this is my April cardigan. This is the stripy, beautiful stripy sweater. This is my Fern sweater. And this is the beautiful white Oslo hat for my daughter. And this is the same double Sunday for me to make a matching hat. An Oslo hat, and going to lean on this beautiful basket of yarn. And this is also beige, don't ask why, or maybe ask why. This is kind of a beautiful sweater. It is a dream knit I really want to work on. I am a bit intimidated to start working on this, but I think once I do start, it's going to be perfectly fine. This is for the Arctic Light sweater by Veronica Lindberg. I love this pattern. Such a beautiful, beautiful pattern. I have never done that many cables before. I have only done a bit of a cable here, a bit of a cable there. But this is such a beautiful, beautiful sweater. I bought this yarn way too long ago. This is Droppspuna in the color 1, and this is a beigey color Kid Silk Mohair 54. So this is to enhance all the beautiful cables that I dream of knitting. I really do hope that I can start working on this. I have a week off next week, so maybe I'll have the courage to work on this beautiful cabley sweater with this super, super soft yarn. And the last skein of yarn I have in my basket is Gint, and this beautiful, this is the color Poppy 4008. This is such a difficult color to get the just color on video or on camera, take a photo of. This is this beautiful, I've said beautiful way too many times. This is this gorgeous orangey, red orangey pinkish color. It's way more, way brighter, more alive in the right color in real life than it is on camera. I have seen a lot of people work sweaters with this. I have seen so many pictures. Some of the pictures look orange, some of the pictures look red. It's neither. It's just I want to make a Ingrid sweater with this. I have already made a swatch. I think you can see it back there. I'm going to talk a little bit more about this yarn, about Ingrid, about the swatch and everything in another episode, another time. So that was it. I do have a couple of ideas. I have hopes of spring soon, so I have made another basket of springy inspiration. It's just a mixture of all the springy colors I have in my stash. A lot of these colors I got on super sale from my local yarn store, because it was a bit of a discontinued colors. So we have like lilac, purples, beautiful yellows, blues and pinks, all of the springy Eastery colors. These are some of the things I want to use in future projects. I don't really have any projects in mind except for spring sweater I want to make for my daughter. I'm going to do a striped sweater with this yellow and this purple. I think I'm going to be starting with the yellow as the main part and then do a couple of stripes with the purple down the belly. It's double Sunday, both of these, and these discontinued colors, I think 21, 22, 52, 24. I think they will look very nice and beautiful together. They are bright, they are not too bright. I have made a lot of sweaters for her, and very nice basic pattern I have made for my on my own. I'm going to be using that to make a striped sweater for her. Looks a little bit lavender-y. So so this is something I will probably cast on this week, maybe even tonight. I will work on my green beautiful fur sweater in the upcoming days, and I will hopefully finish this hat before winter is over. Thank you so much for staying. Thank you so much for listening and watching this podcast. That was everything I had today. I hope to see you soon. Bye.